Hello everyone and welcome back to another Rise of Kingdoms video. I am RoyalMixGaming and today's video is going to be about the best 5-5-1-1 commanders or slight modification to that so that you can get the best commanders to start out with. So yesterday I did a video, or the day before yesterday I did a video on the best 5-5-5-1 commanders, and basically these commanders that I'm going to list today are not those commanders. They're going to be slightly different commanders because you can make those commanders that I listed in the other video, 5-5-1-1, and get good results just like these. So before we get started with the video, I'd like to ask you guys to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because I'm going to keep giving you more informational content on Rise of Kingdoms, and we're going to be starting the live stream within the next couple weeks, and then hopefully once I find my own place, we can live stream a lot more and have a lot of fun. So the first commander we're going to go ahead and start off with today is Artemisia. You want to make Artemisia 5-5-1-1 because you're going to get all the damage boost of an 1800 damage factor in an AoE in a fan-shaped area. Then you're also going to get the 20% archer defense and health bonus. And the last two skills don't really help you, and they don't really need the sculptures right away because this one's mostly for just your city. This one's going to increase all your damage, but it's also going to silence you. You might be able to somehow not unlock this skill if you pair her with like a maxed YSG and he's first. You could probably do that and get the silence removed so you don't have to worry about that. But like 5-5-1-1 is good enough. You want to try to not unlock the skill, but if you do, it's not that big a deal in a way because you're going to go ahead and max her probably anyways if you wanted to do her as an archer commander. The second commander we're going to go ahead and go over today that's good at 5-5-1-1 is going to be Leonidas the First. He is really good at 5-5-1-1 because you're going to get 30% health, a small damage factor, and you're going to help increase the target to take more damage when your target is silenced. So it goes well with Guan Yu. A 5-1-5-5 Guan Yu goes really well with a 5-5-1-1 Leo. And then you're going to get some extra defense and speed of rage gain with 5-5-1-1. The next things you're going to get is a shield and some extra damage bonus over time. So 5-5-1-1 is good enough because you're getting all this, basically the stats, and then you're going to get some extra attack and shields later on when you get other skills, but the 5-5-1-1 is good enough, which is really good for Leonidas. And if you're looking for a pair with your Guan Yu, it's pretty low investment. A 5-5-1-1 Leo will get you really good results. The third commander that we're going to go ahead and go over is going to be William the First. They're all the first, I guess. Is going to be a 1500 damage factor in a rectangular shaped area in front of William, give a march speed reduction, and then extra troops skill damage cannot take effect from buffs, which really is nice from William, which is his first skill at 5. His second skill is going to give you extra attack, march speed, and some additional damage bonus when you're outside of Alliance territory, which is why a 5-5-1-1 William is really, really good. And the last two skills is basically extra damage, and then you're also going to get some extra defense when you hit more targets, but those aren't necessary. Basically the damage factor and the first two skills of the attack and march speed and extra all damage is really nice and is good enough for a 5-5-1-1 William. I even have my William on my second account at 5-1-1-1, and it works just really, really well. But 5-5 is better than 5-1-1-1 because you get the attack and all damage and extra march speed, which is really helpful. You really don't have to expertise William either. I have a video on that if you want to go ahead and watch that. But 5-5-1-1 William is very, very good, and it's going to help you out a lot to go with like your 5-5-5-1 Saladin or your 5-5-5-1 Nevsky. So the next couple of commanders I'm going to go over are some notable mentions at 5-5-1-1. Ones you don't have to do, ones that you could decide to do if you're a certain type of account or certain type of player. But I wouldn't recommend these necessarily as highly as the first three that I went over today. So the first one we're going to go ahead and go over is Constantine the First. His primary skill reduces the attack of the target by 40%. Damage taken reduced by is 10% also by all troops around you. His second skill is 40% flat health bonus, which makes him a very tanky commander. And basically his third skill is for cities, and then his last skill is a huge heal. And he takes less damage from when he gets shields, but it's not a huge deal. I've used Constantine at 5-5, technically 3-1, but that's not a field skill, so it doesn't even matter. So a 5-5-1-1 Constantine goes really well with Joan of Arc as an epic, which will help you out in the field in an early game, and also even into the Season of Conquest. You just have to be very careful. Like I said, this is a notable mention because he is tanky, but does next to no damage, He's basically a punching bag, so you kind of have to be cautious. So unless you're a really hardcore infantry player, wouldn't recommend it, but it is a good support march when you're first starting the game, and if you want a support march for all your other commanders. The next commander we're going to go ahead and go over is going to be Trajan. The reason why I say that you can do a Trajan at 5.5.1.1 is because you're getting basically the rage bonus, you're going to get the skill damage bonus, the small damage factor that doesn't really matter, and you're going to get all the health and defense that you need on the field that's going to help you out to be tanky enough to give your buffs to your allies and also basically be tanky enough so you don't just get completely wrecked. So like his last skill here is a stacking defense bonus, which you don't stay in combat long enough for this to really matter a ton. Only way is if you want to suicide your marches does that really come into play. His third skill is extra troops, slight bigger defense, or direct damage factor, and then you also increase the damage taken by the target, but you don't really need that skill to do all the buffing that you need for the commander, like Trajan, because that's all he's there for is to buff your other commanders. And he's a notable mention at 5.5.1.1 because I've used it myself, and it's good enough to use on the field because it's bringing all the buffs and health and defense that you need. The next commander we're going to go ahead and go over is a slight modification to the 5.5.1.1. It's technically the same amount of sculptures, but what you're going to do is get Tamaris 5.1.1.5. You're going to get her, your 100% probability on her stacking poison bonus, which gives you extra 3% skill damage to take into the target. It takes time to stack up, so you're going to have to pair this with like Artemisia or something like that that has a slower rage cycle that's going to help you out. But as a notable mention at 5.1.1.5 because you get that support commander on your team that's going to help out your other allies because you're going to get up to a 45% skill damage taken increase on the target, and you're going to have enough damage factor to be good on the field. Now, some of these other skills are good, but you don't need them. But the first and last skill are very good. That's why a 5.1.1.5 Tamaris is very, very good. You can also debuff rallies or something like that if you are skilled enough to do that, but the one troop debuff doesn't work, so you would have to do something that's very tanky, like a Bakal and, Tamaris or something like that. Something that can, tank and debuff a rally. Or on the field, you just use it with Artemisia or something like that, and you can do really well with Tamaris. The last commander we're going to go ahead and go over today is going to be XY. The only reason why I say he's another notable mention at 5.5.1.1 is because you're basically getting his direct damage factor, his AoE of 1700, you're getting the defense reduction of 30%, you're getting the attack, march speed, and extra march speed when you are basically getting attacked or something like that. You get the extra march speed. You're basically getting the march speed and attack, which helps you out a lot. The AoE, his third skill is going to be when you're hitting cities, which doesn't really matter. His last skill is a rage reduction and all damage bonus over time, because these skills are going to take time to either stack up or you're hitting cities, and his expertise is really good, which is why you would want an expertise in him, but he has a notable mention at 5.5.1.1 because I used him on my alt, and he's good enough to use in the open field and will get you some decent results. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it very informative, because commanders at 5.5.1.1 are very viable, the ones I listed today. You will just have to see what type of commanders you want to go ahead and invest in, whether it's archers, infantry, or calves, and kind of decide which commanders you like the most to go ahead and invest in, because just like that other video I did for 5.5.5.1 commanders, these commanders go well with them and can also be very good on their own with other commanders that you already have expertise. So if you have any comments, questions, or concerns on any of the commanders I listed today, leave a comment down below and I'll answer it as soon as I can. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.